Welcome to the evaluation section of your grant application. If you've clicked on the help link, I bet you're wondering, what the heck do they want me to put in here? I hopefully will be able to answer those questions for you. You probably have noticed that the evaluation section of our grants now look a lot different than they used to. The reason for that is that the state legislature, the Minnesota State Arts Board, the Lake Region Arts Council, and the Forum of Regional Arts Councils have all agreed to be collecting the same evaluation data. To make that even easier for the Lake Region Arts Council grant applicants, we have systematized a series of questions for you to make selections for. We have a very short set of goals and outcomes that you can choose from that your grant must support. And then we have evaluation methods that you can choose from and the measurements that you will need to select for your application. So overall, what the evaluation section of your application becomes is just a series of questions that you need to select that best fit your application. So let's start with those very important goals and outcomes that were determined by the Minnesota State Arts Board, the state legislature, and the regional arts councils. For our grants, there are two, and those are Goal 1. The arts are interwoven into every facet of community life, and the accompanying outcome, or what will happen, is that Minnesotans feel that the artists and arts have a positive impact on their communities. You can choose that goal and outcome, or you can choose the second one. Minnesotans believe the arts are vital to who we are as citizens, and the accompanying outcome for that is Minnesotans say that the arts are important to them, either personally or to their communities. You need to choose at least one of those. You can choose both, but be aware that that will increase your final reporting activity if you do. The outcomes for each of those goals will become the questions that you ask your participants. So for instance, if you choose goal number 1, your surveys will contain the question, Minnesotans feel that artists and arts have a positive impact on their communities. If you choose goal number 2, your survey questions will be, Minnesotans say that the arts are important to them, either personally or to their communities. So go back to your form and choose one or both of those goals and outcomes. The second step in the evaluation process becomes determining what evaluation methods you will use. In other words, what will you be asking your participants? And you'll have two types of methods to choose from: quantitative, which is counting numbers, or qualitative, which is counting responses. And here again, you can choose one or both of these methods. Just keep in mind again, if you choose both, you'll need to do both methods when you're doing your project. Examples of quantitative methods would be participant questionnaire, audience questionnaire, artist questionnaire, or other. You'll need to choose one of those, and if you choose other, you'll need to contact the LRAC office to make sure that what you have in mind actually fulfills the requirements for quantitative methods. Now, if you're interested in qualitative, again, that's counting responses, here would be the methods that you can choose from: talking with participants, collecting comments, polling or voting using various methods such as a show of hands, chips in jars, or marks on a board. Here again, you can also choose other, but you'll have to check with us to make sure that that completes your requirements. Once you have selected quantitative or qualitative in your evaluation, you'll be asked to choose one of those methods. Again, either surveys or talking with your participants. You'll also be required to project a number associated with your survey methods. That number will be a marker whether you have achieved the impact that you wanted to with your project. Again, go back to those two very first goals that you selected. We want to know if your activity actually either increased people's awareness about the arts or the impact that they feel the arts are important in their communities. The application form will walk you through what the questions are that you'll need to ask in your surveys or in your conversations. And they will ask you for the quantitative ones to select a number of people that will respond positively to your surveys. For the qualitative questions, you'll be asked on a Likert scale, which is from none at all to a lot, how many people will respond to the questions that you ask them. Again, the form is pretty specific, and all you have to do is enter in the number or select where on the Likert scale the majority of your responses will fall. When you're projecting those numbers, be realistic. We want you to have a good project, but don't overestimate, because when you file your final report and you may not reach that lofty goal that you set, then it shows that maybe the impact or your goal wasn't as effective as what it could have been. Don't underestimate, because we want it to be based in real numbers. So kind of pick a good number that you think would be a good response. Don't be overly optimistic or overly pessimistic. And again, if you have questions, feel free to call us. We can give you even more help than this video has been able to provide. But I hope that's been a brief overview of the new evaluation section of our applications, and I hope it's been helpful.